Alright guys, today let's learn about Python operators. Operators are used to operate things. Addition, subtraction, all of these are operators. But these are not the only operators. So let us study all of the operators covered under Python programming language. So today we are going to be learning about Python operators. So there are several operators like arithmetic operators, assignment operators, comparison operators, logical operators, identity operators, membership operators, bitwise operators. Yeah, so these are seven operators total. There are several operators inside of each of these categories. So for example, in arithmetic operation, we have addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, modulus, exponential, and floor division. In assignment operator, we have equal to, addition and equal to, subtraction and equal to, all those things. So in comparison operator, we have is equal to, not equal to, greater than, or smaller than. In logic or operator, we have and, or, not. In identity operators, we have is not, and so on. In membership operator, we have in, not in. And in bitwise operator, we have operators like and, or, not, etc. So let us have an elaboration on each of them. So the very first operator is arithmetic operator. It is used to perform basic arithmetic, or you could say mathematical operations. So addition is an example of arithmetic operation. Then we have subtraction, we could do multiplication, we could do division, we could do modulus, we could do exponential, and then floor modulus. So let us have an example of all of these. And if you don't know about modulus and floor modulus, I will be teaching you in this very video. So addition, we could do something like 1 plus 3. The answer is going to be 4. Okay, so this plus symbol is an operator, and the operator is called as addition operator. So this plus symbol is an operator. Then we have subtraction, multiplication. We use asterisk or star symbol for identifying for denoting multiplication. For division, we use slash, and for modulus, we use percentage. For exponential, that is 1 to the power of 3, we use double star, or we could call it 1 cube. For floor modulus, we use double slash. All right, so let us now study what is modulus and what is floor modulus. Well, so let us have this as an example, where we have dividing 8 with 248. Yeah, so we are dividing 8 with 248. So 8 3s are 24, then we subtract it. 24 minus 24 is 0. Then we write 8 over here. 8 1s are 8. So then we subtract it. Then the final answer is 0 over here. So this number over here is called as floor modulus, or it is also called as quotient. So we could denote it something like 248 double star for floor modulus, and then the answer would be 31, because 31 is over here. Alright, now this number is also called as modulus or remainder. Alright, so modulus, as we have already seen, it is denoted by percentage symbol. So 248 percentage 8, or we could say 248 mod 8 instead of modulus. The answer is going to be 0, because we have calculated the answer as 0. Alright, now let's demonstrate all of those examples. So first we will print, print should be small because Python is case sensitive. Alright, so let's print 1 plus 3. We are using plus operator, and the output is 4. It has just added all those two numbers. So now let's print 1 minus 3, and the answer is minus 2. Over here I am printing 1 into 3 using an asterisk sign. So 1 times 3 is 3. And now for division, this is the output for division. This one is for modulus. We could also check the same result, as we have calculated 248 mod 8, and the answer is 0, as we have already calculated it. I have already explained you all those things. So now we could just print 1 cube 3, and answer is going to be 1. Now we could also do floor division to find out the quotient. And the answer is 31. Now let us have a look at the second type of operator, that is comparison operators. So comparison operators usually compares two or more values or variables. It usually returns a boolean value, that is it is usually going to return a true or false value. Alright, so very first one, we could compare two numbers. If a number is greater than, we could see if the number is less than or is equal to, it is not equal to, it is greater than or equal to, or it is less than or equal to. So we use this symbol for to denote is it greater than 9. Well, the answer is going to be false. Alright, so false is a boolean value, it is going to return false. This is going to return true because 9 is greater than 3. Equal to, we could do something like 3 equal to 9. No, this is not equal to 9. Or you could do, or you could place variables instead of numbers. So we are doing x equals y. It would check if two numbers are or variables are equal or not. Not equal to, you could denote some, it is denoted by exclamatory mark and unequal to. So is 3 not equal to 9? Yes. For greater than or equal to, we use greater than symbol and equals symbol. Let me explain all of these with an example. To delete previous cells, just press DD 2 times. So D 2 times. And now let's demonstrate all of those examples. So we are printing 3 is greater than 9 and the answer is false. So that's the boolean value that we have obtained because 3 is less than 9. We could also assign variables like as I'm doing it over here. X is 3, y is 9, and then we are printing x is greater than y and the answer is false. You can also do 3 is less than 9 and the answer is going to be true. So the next operator is bitwise operator. Alright, it is used to compare binary numbers. Well, in order to understand bitwise operators, you need to understand AND gates, OR gates, NOT gates, and NOR gates, all of those gates. So if you are familiar with this, then that's a good thing. Otherwise, if like there are two statements as an input, first is A and second is B. If first statement or first value is 0 and the second answer value is 0, then the answer is going to be 0, output is going to be 0. But if both are those are true, or if they both are 1, so it either it could be 1, or you could call it true or false, or you could call it high and low. So 1 means true, 0 means false, or else you could simply think of it like 1 as high and 0 as low. So if both are true or if both are ones, then the output is going to be 1, or else it is going to be false. So over here this one is true and this one is false, so the output is false. Yeah, pretty basic thing. OR gate, it is quite opposite of AND gate. Either of one should be true or both of them should be true. So over here both of them are false, both of them are low, so it is going to be the output is going to be 0. Over here just one is for the B is true and the A is false, so therefore it is going to be it is going to print the output 1, and so on. Yeah, so inverter, it would invert the input. So it is the over here the input is 0, it would invert the input to 1. Over here it is 1, it would invert it to 0. Well, next XOR. So it would, so in XOR just one of the values has to be true and the other has to be false. So over here this one is true and this one is false. Over here this one is true and this one is false. Only then it would print an output of 1 or high or true. Alright, otherwise it is going to print output as 0. Well, so bitwise, and we have operators like bitwise and, bitwise or, not, nor, left shift and right shift. I would give you an example of all of those. So for bitwise and, we have x and y, or we could write x or y, x not, x nor y, or we go to x left shift y and x right shift y. Let me give you an elaboration on all of these operators using code. So let's define a variable x, and let's keep it the value, and let's keep its value as 5, and for y let's keep the value as 8. Now you could print x and y, so it would compare these two operators. So what's happening in the background is that it would convert 5 into its binary decimal binary equivalent form, and it will convert 8 to its binary equivalent form. The next operators is assignment operators. It is used to assign values to variables and to perform basic operations. So let's say you have to assign y as the value of 5. You could do it using assignment operators. So you could do assignment, you could add and assign, or you could subtraction and assign, you could multiply and assign, divide and assign, modulus and assign, exponent and assign. There are others also, but for now let us understand just these. So for assign, you could simply write equals to and 13. So as Python is a dynamic programming language, it would directly assign this integer. So it would knows that this is an integer, not a float or a complex or any other data type. So it would assign 13 to x. All right. Next is add and assign. So you could simply write x plus equals 13. For subtraction and assign, you could write minus and 13, star and assign, slash for divide, and mod, that is percentage sign, and then for exponent we have this sign equals to 13. So don't worry, for now I would explain this using code. And an assign, we could do or and assign, we could do XOR and assign, we could do right shift and assign, we could do left shift and assign. So these are the examples of all of these: right shift and left shift. Alright, so let's assign x as 13. Okay, so if we print x, we are going to get 13 as an output, obviously. And the type of x is going to be an integer. Int stands for integer. So if we do x plus equals 13, that is 13 plus 13, and we would get an output as 26, but I have not printed the value of x, so let's print x. Yeah, so the answer is 39. Alright, so identity operators. Identity operators are used to compare two instances if they are located at the same part of memory and if they are the same objects. Alright, so there are just two of those, that is and is not. This is an example for is. So x is y. If it is y, it is going to be printing true, or else it is going to print false. X is not y. So let's assign a variable x as 13 and y as 12. And now if we print x is y, which is false because x and y are, the value of x and y is not the same, it is going to print false. And now if we change the value of y as 13, so now both are the same, it is going to print output as 12. We could do is not also, so it would going to print false because both are same. Logical operators. Logical operators are used to perform operations like and, or, nor, etc. So we could perform and, or, not, like, yeah, and this is the syntax for it. So you have to write two variables, and in middle of them you have to write and. Okay, you could write or not. So if both are going to be true, then only the output is going to be true, or else it is going to be false. In or, as I've already told you, either one should be true and then the output will be true. And over here, if x is false already, then it would print true, and vice versa. Yeah, so membership operators. Membership operators are used to check the presence of a sequence or an instance. There are just two of them, in and not in. This is a syntax for in and this is a syntax for not in. Let us have an example on this. So this is an list, this is in Python list, and for simplicity I have not wrote the inverted commas over here. So yeah, these are strings and I have not wrote inverted commas for simplicity. So if you could do something like Lisa in list, so it would print true because Lisa is in list. Lisa is at zeroth index position, and is Senorita not in list, it would print false because Senorita is in list. This is Senorita is present at the 5th index position. Well, thanks a lot for watching. I have explained all the Python operators that I could. I hope you enjoyed the learning, and if you do, please subscribe to my channel and don't forget to like the video as well. Thank you. Bye.